If you're wondering why your child doesn't like healthy food as much as junk food, you must understand that there is neuroscience involved here. So the companies that make junk food are using a certain neuroscience trick, or let's say they're using 3 neuroscience tricks in order to make your child like junk food. Now, can you apply these same tricks to healthy food and make your child like healthy food as much as they like junk food? The answer is yes. So what's the first trick? So junk food companies, you would see that they have a packet and there's very little in that packet. The packet looks huge, but the amount of food in that is actually very little. So much before your child is satisfied with eating that food, the food is suddenly over. Now this makes your child want more and more of that food because they've not had enough. Now in case of healthy food, we with all the love in our hearts give our child much more than our child can actually eat, and so your child always has more than they can eat. What should you do here? Always give your child very little food. So how much should you give? Not more than the size of your child's fist. Remember, not your fist, your child's fist. So take a look at your child's fist, get a bowl the size of your child's fist, or a plate the size of your child's fist, and then give them food that fits in that bowl or on that plate. And that's it. That will be the first neuroscience trick that junk food companies apply, that you can apply now in your home to healthy food. Coming to the second trick that junk food companies employ. So one of the important things about junk food and why children like it so much is because they get so much independence with junk food. So they're allowed to eat junk food on their own. Whereas with healthy food, they're typically fed the healthy food by you. So the independence, the freedom that they experience when they eat junk food is what makes them like junk food so much. Now, it's a little hard for children to eat healthy food because it's usually like a slurry or a mash, or it's rotis which they don't eat. The best thing that you can do here in order to apply this neuroscience trick of promoting independence and freedom is to turn all the food that you give your child into finger food. So give your child food, healthy food at home in the form of finger food. So you can give them as cutlets, you can give them as tiny bits of paratha, you can give it as any other healthy snack, but make sure that your child can pick it up with their fingers and put it in their mouth by themselves. Now coming to the third trick that junk food companies employ. So junk food comes in packets, it's always packed and it's ready to eat. So when your child is hungry, they know that the one thing that they can immediately eat is that junk food. Many times when we feel our children are really hungry, we do offer them junk food because it's already made and ready. Now whatever your child eats when they're really, really hungry becomes their comfort food, and they keep going back to that food because they fall in love with the food that rescued them from their hunger. So what can you do to employ this same rescue behavior of food to healthy food? So prepare food in advance. You can make laddus, you can make healthy muffins, you can make small cutlets which can be easily given immediately, and things like that. So keep snacks ready which your child can immediately access when they are hungry. Do not try to make everything fresh, because by the time you're in the kitchen and making even that little pancake or that dosa, your child is not able to control their hunger. They go to the junk food, they eat the junk food, they get full, and then they don't eat the healthy food. So remember these 3 tricks, and you will find that you can make your child like healthy food as much as they like junk food. So trick 1 is give very little healthy food. The size of your child's fist should be the size of your child's meal. The second, always make sure that the food is such that the child can eat on their own, so that they can experience freedom and independence. So finger food. And the third, make sure that you make snacks well in advance and keep them stored, so that whenever hunger strikes, you have a healthy food available to offer to your child. That food will become your child's comfort food. Now, what are these things that you can keep ready in advance, that you can give in small quantities, which are healthy, and then they can also be eaten as finger foods? So, a variety of foods. So, for example, cake. A ragi chocolate cake would be excellent. I'm coming up with a recipe of the ragi chocolate cake soon. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, like my channel, so that you're notified when the recipe of the ragi chocolate cake is published. I'll see you in that video. Thank you.